My name is Chad, and this is Sophie. Someone brought Sophie to Hollywood Feed when she was about 3 to 5 weeks old. They'd found her on the side of the road, and they were looking for just any place to take her, and I told her that I would take her in. I knew that with all that new knowledge that I'd gained through Hollywood Feed, all the training that we had gotten, I knew that I could help her. Sophie is a PTSD service dog. She helps me out with my post-traumatic stress disorder. I gained that through my time in the military. I was on a fire department as well as on a sheriff's department. We decided to make Sophie my service dog when my wife actually realized how in tune she was with all the problems that I was having. Sophie was roughly about 3 months old at the time, and we wound up taking her to a trainer who was going to be doing all the training through the Paul Oliver Foundation. And you know, he took her through the tests and everything else, and he said she'd be perfect. So the process began, and from the point she was about 4 months old till, I mean, we still train off and on now. We are still training. It never ends. She helps out whenever I'm in big crowds, and I feel like it's just becoming too much in front of me or behind me. If I tell her front, she'll block in the front of me, or if I tell her block, she'll block behind me. Just to let me know that she's there and I don't really have anything to worry about. She also helps with one of my triggers. One of my go-to problems that I had was I would always start rubbing my thumb real bad. And it got so to the point that I was actually rubbing the skin off my thumb, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. And there would be blood everywhere. My wife would get my attention. And now that I have Sophie, whenever I do that, she automatically intervenes. She sees it happening and she stops it. The best thing Sophie's ever done for me was help me out in the aspect of my kids. When I was in Walmart one time and I was really starting to go through kind of the anxiety and the panic attack started setting in, my daughters would actually come up to me, and they're 9 and 7 now, but they were a few years younger, and they would actually hold my hand, and their focus, my kids' focus, was me. And I began getting really frustrated because at their age, they should be bothering me to death. Can we go see the toys? Let's go look at toys. They weren't doing that. I felt like I was kind of taking their childhood from them because of my issue. When Sophie came along, she kind of stepped in and did that, and now my kids get the chance to do that type stuff. My kids get to bother me about getting to go look at toys. Sophie kind of stepped in for that so my kids could be kids. And that to me is the absolute best thing she's ever done for me. Before I actually worked at Hollywood Feed, I did shop at Hollywood Feed. Also, part of my therapy through the VA, they recommended that I would go out and do stuff to get used to being back in the public again. And one of the places that I would go to that would help me out quite a bit was Hollywood Feed. It had a very homey vibe to it, and it was very comforting in the store when I went. So about once or twice a week, I would go into a Hollywood Feed. I would either shop around or just find a place to sit down and just get the feel of being back out in public again. I decided to work for Hollywood Feed because I'd already had a very comforting feel in the store, and when the VA cleared me to work, that was the first place I thought of going to was Hollywood Feed. And so far, Hollywood Feed has been absolutely phenomenal. I've never in my life worked for somebody like this.